Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to my live. Well, I'm going to be going live every Friday from now on, and we're going to do a little bit of positive mindset chat for 5 minutes or so. So every Friday at this time, I'm going to jump on and we'll do a quick positive mindset talk and have a little think about things that can improve our mindset. So this morning we're talking about positivity, but we're talking about gratitude. So for me, I love this subject because it's basically changed my life. In this past year, obviously with COVID, it's been really difficult, hasn't it? And especially with small business owners having to close and things like that. I'm a performer as well, so performances haven't gone on for months and months and months now. And when all this started in COVID, just like everybody else, obviously it was really difficult. And I had to go and get another job, and I've never done a real job before. I've always worked for myself, so it was really weird having to do a proper job. And I was just getting more and more down every day, feeling like my life was shit, moaning about things, complaining about things, and just making myself probably worse off than what I was, because I was just thinking about all the negative things that were happening and none of the positive things. So in the summer, I had a life coaching session with somebody, and it literally changed my life. She gave me loads of little tips and tricks of things to do to improve your mindset, and it was just amazing. So one of those tips was to do with gratitude. So what is it? And gratitude is basically being thankful for things. So that can be anything really. It can be thankful for the big things that you've got in life. So a job, a family, people that love you, etc. But it can also be thankful for the little things. And when you get really good at gratitude practice, it's also being thankful for the shitty things happening, because it leads you to better things. So for example, COVID happened, and I used to run a kids circus school, and I never really thought about it. I just was going through the motions. I've done it for years. I know how to do it, and I know how to make money from it, and I thought that that's what I loved doing. But when COVID happened, I realised that actually, when I had time to think about it, that was something that I just didn't enjoy anymore. I didn't enjoy all the hassle from the parents. I didn't enjoy having to constantly be on kids that were messing around and stuff like that. And when I was in my 20s, I loved it. But now that I was in my 30s, I was getting sick of it, and I'd never taken that time to realise. So because I had that time to think about it, when everything opened up after lockdown, instead of continuing with the things that I had been doing for years that I wasn't enjoying, I opened Exotica, and I focused on teaching adults only, and it's literally been the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love my classes. I love all you guys that come to classes. It's so fun. I don't have any crap in between where I've got to sort out issues between people. People just come to class, have a good time and go, and we all have a laugh. And it's been amazing for me. So gratitude for me is basically seeing that crappy situation that happened and realising that actually it resulted in a positive thing, and being grateful for that. And sometimes, yeah, it is really difficult to do that. And I'm not suggesting that you should never be upset or annoyed or irritated by anything. That just doesn't work. But then a little bit down the line, it is good to be able to look back and realise the positive situation that's come out of that negative situation, because 9 times out of 10 there always is one. Look at people that go bankrupt and then they end up being millionaires, or look at people who've broke up with someone who they thought was the love of their life and then they meet their actual real soulmate and things like that. So today we're going to talk about gratitude and how you can practice gratitude. So for me, I started off every day just thinking of 3 things before I went to bed at night that I was grateful that had happened that day. So it started off really difficult because I was in a bad place. I was quite depressed. I was lying in bed whinging all day and crying and not wanting to get up and not wanting to do anything. So at first it was hard. So the things I was thinking of was things like, oh, I'm glad that I got up today, or I'm glad that I've got a roof over my head, and just really simple things like that. But then as I started practicing it and doing it more, I started realising like all the amazing things that had happened and all the bad things that had happened but had actually become good things. And it turned my life around massively. So I'm going to suggest that every night before you go to bed, you just think of 3 things that you're grateful for that happened that day. 3 amazing things that happened to you. Whether that's you had a really amazing meal for tea, whether that's that your kids didn't fight that evening, whether it's that your husband did the dishes, or whatever. It can be anything. And now I also do it in the mornings as well. So I also get up, and before I get out of bed, I think of 3 things that I'm grateful for overall in my life. So what am I? And sometimes I don't stop at 3, sometimes I do loads. But when you're starting out, it's really good just to do like a few. And then one day you'll just find that you're just writing and writing and writing. So I have like a little journal that I write in every day, and I write all my things that I'm grateful for that day and all my things that I'm grateful for overall in the morning. And that just sets you in that positive mindset for the rest of the day. So they're my little tips for gratitude, and I am going to talk about this more next Friday. I just don't want these lives to be massively long. So next Friday I'm going to talk about gratitude and positive thinking, but from the neuroscience aspect of it, so how it actually does work. There is a physical, chemical thing that goes on in your brain that makes gratitude and positive thinking and all these things actually work. So we'll talk about that next Friday. But between now and Friday, I would really, really like you to give it a go. Practice thinking of 3 things at night that have been brilliant during that day, and then practice thinking in the morning of 3 things that overall you're so grateful for. And I promise you, it's going to change your outlook so quickly, you won't believe it. So thanks for listening this morning. I'll see you next Friday for more positivity talk, and have a lovely Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you then.